Welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed that cookery program and you're taking away some tips with you so that you can share with your family. Duane, do you cook for your mom?
Well, I try to, I do.
Not don't tell me you only do toast.
No, I do. Well, to be honest, because we live different. My parents and my little sister live in Essex and stuff, whereas I live in Islington, so it's quite a bit of a distance. But I was up there like a couple of weeks ago when my mum was kind of ill and stuff, so I was there looking after her. And I made like some soup and stuff like that and some bits and pieces, but I have to say, when I do cook, I do put my fingers in it. Do you know what I mean? It's
really? You do? Literally do? Yeah. Well, she's alive and there she is. She's telling me something. It can't be that bad, actually. Really, is he a really good cook?
Yeah, I mean, when he was at home, he never done anything. So I'm really surprised how since he's got his own flat, how he's improved. He does it all. He done like that soup he done. Yeah. Brilliant.
Really? Absolutely. What was in the soup?
Absolutely. It was just, and the thing about it is, to be honest with you, it was a soup that we bought. He bought, but he puts his own ingredients in it, and it turns.
You were cheating there. That wasn't your own soup. How could you say that? And you believe him? I was thinking, wow, this guy can cook. It's not really your own soup.
No, but he does other little bits and pieces,
really? Okay, that is good. That is great. Leona, what are your hopes, I suppose, for Duane? I mean, as a mother and son, the world is changing, and we're here today. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 6 months or so. So, what would you say your hopes and, I suppose, your hopes and wishes are for Duane?
Well, I hope that Duane achieves what he really wants to achieve in regards to his singing. Mm-hmm. That is where he wants to go, and I hope he does succeed in that. When I say hope, I know he will. Yeah. But I also hope that he stays with helping the young people, because he's done a lot of things for young people who didn't know where they were going, and through his creative arts and teaching them how to dance and things like that, they've gone on to go to college, they've gone to university, and things like that. So I hope still he stays with that as well.
And how do you think he's going to be able to achieve that? What do you think? What does he need to be able to achieve those things that you hope for him?
Well, the right mindset, people around him that are going to support him, love him, exactly what he's getting now, really. Do you know what I mean? It's just because, like myself, his dad, the family, my friends, were all positive, all inspiring to him. So he needs all that around him to keep him focused, and then he will do it.
Oh, that's good. Duane, what do you think? Do you think you have this? Do you think you're capable of achieving this?
I do. To be honest, with my journey, I've been through a strong path and stuff. I do feel we've come through weak spots, but to be honest, one of the things that my mum was speaking about is true. Everything she said is brilliant, but I think the main thing that I need to really, really do is continue and strengthen my relationship with God. Oh, God. And because really and truly is that through everything that I've been through, when I have my times alone and reflect on myself, that's the only time when I get stronger and I strengthen myself. And the only person that does strengthen me is God. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because he enables everyone else to do that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's where I found my wisdom, my growth. And to be honest, I know that if I leave it all in his hands, everything will prosper, everything will work in its way.
But Leona, this is very good that you're speaking like this, because you don't get many of our young black boys actually believing in God. What they believe in is they believe in despite the fact that we all grew up in a church, because I was brought up in a church environment. I mean, one of the things you have to do on a Sunday if you don't go to church is you slap you around the head. That's my dad. You have to go to church. I will have to go twice a day. But maybe that's some of the things they don't get here. I mean, the young black boys especially. I won't say black boys because these are the ones you get all the negative press about. But the black girls are not coming up very well either, because as you say, some of them are very young, having kids at a very young age. But what would you do? Because your mom says she wants you to keep working within this environment as well. What would you do to help those kids to move away from, because you can't change people's life, but you can help them to live a better life, couldn't you?
I'll be honest, there's one thing I've always learned from my mum, is that actions speak louder than words. And through what I've seen of my mum's actions, which has helped me to act upon myself, rather than her telling me certain things, she's showed me certain things. Yeah. And I feel like musically, I know that what I want to achieve is literally, I want you know, strong words of wisdom. I want to speak about my life and how encourage other people, and which is what I want to do for my music. Also, like, I know that with the whole financial background that I believe I will have, I will support in regards to setting up, you know, youth organisations, but being very much involved in it and actually speaking to young people, breaking down barriers. And it's more a thing where it's like, even the amazing thing about it is, even when my mum was saying about the relationship I have, like even with my best friend, she's literally always travelling, 24/7. She's always travelling, but she always has moments where when she comes back, she goes back to her young people that she used to have, whatever, speaks to them, find out what they're doing, even if it's like one of them, and then she goes off again. But she still has a relationship to find out, like, okay, what are you doing? Stuff like that, and encourage them and says, okay, well, this is what you need to achieve. Here's 5 more things that you need to do, and she goes off again. And that keeps. And I've always said, even if you help one person, that's amazing.
But it's interesting, you know, to hear him speak like this, speak like, because you don't get many young black boys speak like. People say, how would you know? I used to work for a women's organisation in Peckham, so I'm always in either Peckham or Camberwell, because those are the trouble spots really in London, because that's where you get all the, well, is the known trouble spot according to the media, if they're to be believed, where you have young black boys stabbing, stealing, and all that. And so it's actually refreshing to actually watch this, because you don't get to see that. You know, what do parents need to do, Leona? What do parents need to do to get people like Duane? I'm not just singing your praise because, you know, you've been on X Factor, but I'm singing your praise because it's nice to see. It's lovely to see.
Like I've said, you know, when you do something as a parent and you don't notice you're doing it, that is how Duane has been. But I would say that it's setting boundaries. It's keeping him focused. It's being his friend, but still knowing that, you know, there is some boundaries to me being your friend. There's certain things that you can say to me, and there's certain things you can't say to me. And it's just, I don't know, it's just.
Oh, that's nice. No,
that's how I've always been, and that's how. I don't know. And that's how.
But it's nice to see. It is very, very nice to see indeed. And you have a company. Can anybody just tap into your website and see the information?
Yeah, you can go to www.myspace.com and then /IVY Entertainment Ltd.
Okay. So and if anybody wants to find out about actually joining the workshop or the training you do, they can find out. And also to support you. Are you doing anything currently that you need any support in, and people can perhaps give you the support you need?
To be honest, like, we do things every minute of the day. We're always, even like, so to speak, we're having like young kids even having problems financially to get to our venue and stuff like that, because, you know, some people are really, really financially low, and it's like, we hate to refuse people. That's one thing we hate to do. We can't say to someone, okay, you can't come. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, every minute of the day, we're always trying to just empty our pockets and get young people. So we're always looking for, even if it's just like people saying, oh, can you come and perform? Or we love performing. Our young kids, if they had a schedule to perform 6 days a week and have a day of rest and not go to school, trust me, they'll do it. You know, so it's just amazing. Do you know what I mean? Even to just get those type of things. So.
So you can go to schools. You can, you know, if any schools want you, and you can travel globally. First of all, locally, that would be nice, nationally, originally, and then countrywide, and then internationally as well.
We're actually in schools some schools at the moment, teaching
and then
dance.
if anybody wants to, you know, teach them dance and all that, and you can, you know, go and see them. What about the Ogarro Foundation? Have you ever thought about that? Since you did such a great job, maybe a foundation to leave a legacy is floating somewhere in an idea?
Can't say I have thought about that.
You know, because if you're doing such a great job, surely you want to leave a legacy somewhere. You don't want to leave something, you don't want to go. I mean, I know you say once you've changed somebody, you know, as long as you make a difference to one person, to you, that is a great thing.
Yeah, I think, do you know, what you're saying is so powerful, because I believe that at the end of the day, that's something that not so much we have thought of, but yet in the same sense, we probably...
Doing it.
But yet in the same sense as well, I think our most powerful moment has come from my cousin's death. And when he passed away, that it literally really like shattered me, like in a, you know, strange, but, you know, in an amazing way in a sense as well, because he made me really strengthen myself, and he strengthened my mum so much. And I feel like when you say like the Ogarro Foundation, obviously it's definitely amazing, but I feel like as well, like I would want to do it literally in respect to him, because at the moment, not even at the moment, but I feel like my whole being of who I am, is literally, I'm trying to live two people's lives. Do you know what I mean? Which is why I'm feeling so powerful at this moment in time, and I believe that, do you know what I mean, God's got to help both of us through this, do you know what I mean?
Duane, you're a good son, you are. You are a good son, you know. I say thank you very much for being here today in the Rhoda Wilson Show. Thank you, Duane. This is me, Rhoda Wilson, saying I hope you've enjoyed my discussion with our own very Duane. Can you see X Factor? And Leona. It's great to be here. This is me, Rhoda Wilson, saying thank you very much for watching. Until next week, goodbye.